Live from the north side of Chicago, Wrigley Field, the show presents the National League Division Series. It's the Washington Nationals and the Chicago Cubs. First pitch coming at you right after the break.
And now, please welcome your Chicago Cubs.
And on the hill for the Cubs, number 13.
A power pitcher that is going to pitch aggressively with the fastball. His fastball velocity ranks near the top in the league. He'll also throw the slider, but if you're a hitter, be ready for the fastball. You're going to see a few of them during your at-bat.
Ground ball right side. Albies over to first in time. One pitch and one out. Now here's Bobby Witt Jr. Lined, and that's a base hit. So they get a man aboard with a one-out single.
Waste no time there. And now let's see if they force some action with good wheels on the bases.
Runner takes off. Pitch misses. Ball. Throw, and they got him. Way out front for strike two.
A lot of times you'll see a pitcher maybe double up on a pitch. This guy will throw it 3 times, 4 times in a row because hitters just can't lay off of it.
Swing and a miss. That one in the dirt. Alonso safe at first. He's on after the drop, third strike. Here's Kyle Tucker. He swings and fouls one off. Alonso leads off first with 2 down to the inning. What a stop. Throw to first, and very nicely done for the out. Digging in, Pete Crow Armstrong. Right side. Handles, throws to first. One pitch and one out. Now the number 2 hitter.
He can live up in the zone all game if hitters will chase it. That's just too much velocity. Hitters got to look down in the zone.
That one ripped, but foul.
No, that's high.
Out towards right center field. Tatis moving under it. He's there. He's got it. And there are 2 outs. Here's Francisco Lindor. That's a bullet, but it goes foul. 2 down, nobody on. Swing and a miss as he was late.
This guy's not wasting any pitches. Hitters got to get into swing mode. This is a good time to expand the zone. Throw something maybe down in the dirt.
And there's a rocket into the outfield. Around first and hustling for second. To second, but way too late. Safe there. So runner at second, 2 down. Pete Alonso, the next Cub to hit. And that's fouled off.
And the strategy of winning a ball game, when you can make that pitcher work a little more, expose himself by throwing pitches, that could be the key to winning perhaps later on. So good job of extending this inning, getting a knock with 2 outs to bring the number 4 ball hitter up.
Man at second.
Call.
Good purpose pitch right there. Trying to tease him, get him to raise his sights, pop something up, and make it an easy out.
Swing and a ball lifted in the air. That is the inning. Back here at Wrigley Field, top of the second, Taylor Ward digging in for the Nationals. Legends really are cemented in the postseason. You think of David Ortiz heroics for the Red Sox, Derek Jeter as Mr. November, or Randy Johnson in the 2001 World Series, just to name a few.
Ball.
Well, on that idea of postseason reputations, Boog, got to mention players like Carlton Fisk, Reggie Jackson, and Madison Bumgarner. We were doing that game. Those guys really shine in the toughest moments.
Fernando Tatis Jr. to hit here. And foul ball. Here's the 0-1. Ground ball left side. Tosses across the first. 2 up, 2 down in the top of the second. 2 outs, base is empty. And now Michael Garcia. Ripped on a line to center. And that'll do it. Back here at the friendly confines. Stepping in, Ozzie Albies. Makes the catch. 1 down. So up next for Chicago, Carlos Santana. Hammered, base hit. And that's a 1-out single.
Didn't take long to get a result for that at bat. Put a great swing on that ball. Took the barrel right to it. Nice extension as well. 100.
Oh, this one high and deep. Way back there. Pulls it in on the warning track. And up to the plate is Will Smith.
Well, triple digits on the gun. I know there are more pitchers that can reach that now than in the past, but it's still impressive to watch.
And that one misses up and in. And the count is 2-0. Skubal, 29 years old, and he was a 9th-round draft pick back in 2018. Here's a 3-0. So a walk puts runners at first and second.
Four pitches. That's an easy walk, man. He could have walked me right there, Boog. The last one wasn't even close.
Bo Bichette gets a chance to hit. He's got the power, but great contact skills. One of the best contact hitters in the game. 2 on, 2 outs. Tap foul at the plate. And a 1-1. Base hit into the outfield. Runner around third. He will score, and they take the lead. Here comes the runner. He's in there.
Well, he had the opportunity to drive in some runs, and he comes through to break the tie. Tried to get inside on him, but he was ready for it. Just kept his hands in and turned on the pitch. Quick bat through the zone.
That one missed.
That's out.
Runner at second, 2 down. Bottom half of inning number 2. And that one is lifted in the air. That is the inning. Here at Wrigley Field, all set for the start of the inning. Pete Crow Armstrong digging in for the Nationals. This one smacked out to left center. And that's a base hit. Man aboard on the leadoff single. Next to hit for the Nats, Will Smith. Here comes the pitch. Runner breaks for second. That's in for a strike. Safe at second, and he easily steals the bag. Man at second. Down to the dirt, swing and a miss. Smith gathers, throws, gets him. One away on a drop third strike. So back to the top of the order. And now here's the Nationals leadoff man. Swing and a pop-up. Santana takes it in for the out. 2 down. Here's Bobby Witt Jr. Swing and a miss.
Man, he really sells the changeup with that arm action.
Swing and a miss. There's that changeup.
Every team has a hitters meeting pregame, but this lineup seems way too anxious aggressive. You wonder what
Ball,
they talked
that's
about.
down.
And that one's a little bit low. Going to count 1-2. Foul ball left side. He'll see another.
Pitcher's doing a great job of keeping this lineup off balance early in the game. If he can keep that up, he's going to have a good outing out there.
And it stays fair. Headed for the plate. And now they trail by 1.
Well, back within 1 as he brings home the run. Turned on it nicely. Definitely a little out in front.
Runner on the go. They pitch out. Throw to second. Out there. And that ends the inning. Set for the bottom of the third. Here's the center fielder, number 22.
Ball.
Swings, fouls it off, and he breaks his back. Here's a 1-1. Foul ball there. And he makes the catch. 1 up, 1 down. Francisco Lindor comes up to the plate. Doubled in his first AB.
Francisco Lindor.
And a foul ball.
That's inside. That's a ball.
The 1-2. Battling here as he fouls it away.
Well, this is a guy that can be frustrating for pitchers because he fouls off so many pitches and grinds out the at-bat. I'm sure there's some times where a pitcher would rather just give up a first pitch single than
That's
have to
it,
waste
ball.
6 or 7 pitches on one hitter.
Hit hard on the ground to short. Toss to Alonso. And 2 straight set down to begin the bottom of the third. 2 down, base is empty. Here's Pete Alonso. Ripped on a line. And that's the inning. Back here at Wrigley Field, start of the 4th, Pete Alonso digging in for the Nationals.
Well, these Nats just lacking discipline at the plate in this ballgame. They're chasing a lot of pitches outside the zone, and those chases are turning into a bunch of outs. Can they turn that around and stay within the zone? We'll see, but I think they have to.
Goes down looking for the strikeout. And that's 4 strikeouts. Next for the Nationals is the DH, Kyle Tucker. And a foul ball.
That's a ball.
The Nats trailing by a run, top half of inning number 4. Fouls it off, still 1-2. Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
Up next for the Nationals.
Stepping in the long ball threat, Taylor Ward.
Hee-haw!
Two down, nobody on. Got him swinging for the K. Back here at the friendly confines, ready to go, bottom 4. Here is Ozzie Albies up to hit. That one the other way. And a base hit. So a man on base to start the inning.
Well, that started and ended pretty quickly. No messing around right there.
Nice job of driving that pitch the other way on a line. You know, hitters, they take so many reps in the cages working on going to the opposite field, and it doesn't always translate into the game, but right there it did, and he did it perfectly.
Witt over to first. One out in the bottom of the fourth. And a dangerous hitter coming to the plate in Fernando Tatis Jr.
Not what he's looking for there in the 0-0 count. Looks like he wants the ball down in the zone.
In the air, right field. Should be extra bases. And makes the grab. Runner tags at second. Now it's going to be Will Smith. He walked and came around to score his first time up. This one belted deep left field, on its way, gone. A massive home run. So 2 down. Bo Bichette up to the dish. And that one hammered. That's back there. Out of here. They do it again. Back-to-back homers. Crow Armstrong now in the box. Comes up empty with a swing there. This one in the air, center field. And that ends the inning. Here at Wrigley Field, we go to the top of the fifth. Fernando Tatis Jr. digging in for the Nationals. Hammered down the right side, but foul.
You know, these Nationals definitely being aggressive at the plate, but I think it's fair to wonder if they're being a little over-aggressive. They're swinging at more than 70% of the first pitches they've seen today, and it's just not working out for them.
Make it 4 strikeouts in a row, just cruising along. Next to hit for the Nats, Michael Garcia. He's 0 for 1. That one to first. Santana steps on the bag, and the first 2 set down in the top of the fifth. 2 outs, base is empty. Here's the center fielder, Pete Crow Armstrong.
Goodness, I think he just took the best pitch he's going to see in this at bat. You don't get many like that in that location. I don't know if you take that pitch against any pitcher out there on the mound.
Swing and a miss as he was out front that time.
Ball.
This is the time you have to pull out every trick in your bag. They know the season is over with a loss. Things aren't looking great right now, but they're still in striking distance. They need to get something.
He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. Back here at Wrigley Field, bottom of the inning. Number 22 now at the plate. This one in the air, center field. Crow Armstrong has a beat on it. And there's one down. Now up to hit, Francisco Lindor. 1 for 2.
Francisco Lindor.
And that's a base hit. So a man aboard now with 1 away.
Well, that'll make you feel good as a hitter right there.
Nice line drive to the pull side right there, but he didn't spin off of it. That's the key. You still have to extend through the baseball in order to hit a line drive like that.
Foul ball. Man at first, 1 away. In the dirt. Crushed. Left center field. This one's deep. Forget it. A 2-run blast. 1 down. And now it's the switch hitting second baseman, Ozzie Albies. Pop foul out of play off to the right. Albies measures 5 feet 8 inches, 29 years old, and he's a native of Curacao. This to third. Fires across the diamond, and Albies is retired. Next is switch hitting first baseman Carlos Santana. Swing and a ground ball up the middle. Play made, that ends the inning. On the north side of Chicago, John Shelby and Chris Singleton. And it's the catcher for the Nationals, Will Smith.
I can't play around with him here. It's a 6-run lead at this point. Got to attack hitters, even if you give up a solo shot.
Knee high, that's in for a strike.
Man, this guy's got a great feel for his breaking ball today.
1-2 now. Struck him out swinging. Strikeout number 8. Back to the top of the order now. And now here's the Nationals leadoff man. Ripped to short. Lindor on to first. 2 quick outs to open the top of the 6th. And now it's Bobby Witt Jr.
Picked up an RBI in his last at bat. Still their only run of the game so far.
Hey, ha! No, that missed. That's a ball.
And now the count 1-2 after the swing and the miss.
And
that's
awfully close. I don't know how you take that. He's seeing the ball out of the pitcher's hand really well right now.
Comes up empty as he chases that one in the dirt. Catcher has it, fires to first. That completes the strikeout, and that'll do it. Bottom of the 6th. Now it's Fernando Tatis Jr.
Fernando Tatis Jr.
That finds the mark on the inside corner.
You know, these Cubs, simply put, are producing a lot of quality swings. They have 5 extra base hits on the stat sheet so far, and that tells me they're seeing the ball out of the pitcher's hand really well.
That one sizzling on its way through to the outfield. Man aboard on the leadoff single. Here's the power hitting catcher, Will Smith. He's already homered here in this one. New pitcher on here, Ryan Helsley.
Well, they need someone to stop the bleed and keep the score right where.
Tatis runs. Pitch in for a strike. Throw bounces, and he's in there safely with the stolen base. Get out of town. Another homer. His 2nd home run of the game. And next for the Cubs, Bo Bichette. He's already homered in this game.
That's a ball.
Swing and a foul out of play. Nobody out with a pair of runs across in the frame here in the bottom of the 6th. High fly ball lifted in the air right field. And there's one away. Back to the leadoff spot in the Cubs lineup. Now the left fielder, Pete Crow Armstrong.
Ball.
And And he hits a ground ball right side. Here's the tag, and he's out. Now the number 2 hitter, 0 for 3 in this one. A swing and a miss, and that's strike 1. That one fouled off. 2 down, nobody on. This one smoked on its way out of here. A solo shot. It's their second home run of the inning. And the batter now, Francisco Lindor.
That's inside. Ball.
Nice grab. Fires to first, and they get the out. Back here at the friendly confines. Top of inning number 7. Pete Alonso digging in for the Nationals.
Well, timing is the key to great hitting, and right now that door.
Now
Adam Ottavino gets the ball now.
Compared to some days, this is a pretty low leverage appearance for him, so he should be fairly free and easy out there. Still have to keep yourself sharp and attack the strike zone.
Short hop liner handled it short to first. Nicely done for the out. Now the batter now, Kyle Tucker. Foul ball there. The 0-1. To the right side, and that's just foul. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Fights that one away, and the count remains 0-2. The Cubs up big in this one here in the top half of inning number 7. Stays alive. Chases the changeup in the dirt. Up with it, fires to first. Out on the drop, third strike, 2 gone. And now Taylor Ward, who's 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. Swing and a bouncer. And it goes just foul. Got him. That's the 3rd out. Bottom of the 7th, and here's the DH for the Cubs, Pete Alonso. Missing inside. Ball 1. And that one fouled off. The 1-1. Swing and a miss, and that's strike 2.
Just not able to catch up to that velocity.
In the air to left center. For Armstrong. Settles under it. And there's one away. Ozzie Albies up to the plate. 1 for 3. That one back. And it's gone. A solo shot. And they add to the lead. It's 11-1.
Don't let me down easy. If you're gonna leave me, baby, go and leave me.